All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a great day so far. So I had a member's request to check out a video here, and apparently it's about Wilt Chamberlain. This is from Johnny Arnett, and this one's titled "The Most Embarrassing Management Mistake in NBA History." And I'll tell you, right off the top of my head, I do not know what this is referring to. I don't know if this was earlier on in his career or if it was something that happened with the Lakers. But I got my learning cap on, and hopefully you guys do too, because it's going to be one of those days. It's time to sit down, listen, and learn something new. So anyways, guys, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description of this video. You also see a list of channel members. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. I say let's get right into this since I have no context on this. And let's just go. Like the video if you could. Hype the video if you could. I'd appreciate it. And let's ride. If we could just get through this terrible intro. If we could just tough it out, guys. It's so hard to look at this terrible fadeaway. Like, that's the ugliest shot I've ever seen. I'm just kidding. I can't.
An NBA legend planning his final chapter of his career on a Cavaliers team that's never had any success without him. You might think I'm talking about LeBron James, but believe it or not, he wasn't even the first megastar who had this thought cross his mind.
However, I gotta say, LeBron James and Wilt Chamberlain, I see a lot of similarities.
What if I told you that the most dominant player that the league had ever seen was planning his comeback to the NBA at the age of 43?
Okay, I could believe this because he was always saying, even when he was like 45 or 46, like, oh, I can still compete. And I mean, I kind of believed him in a way.
But unfortunately, one boneheaded decision made by a general manager who displayed arguably the most unprofessional gesture in the history of the sport went on to ruin everything.
Okay, I 100% don't know about this, so this is cool.
This is the story of one man's laziness and idiocy becoming the greatest self-sabotage in the history of the franchise.
What the hell?
In the final season of Wilt Chamberlain's career, he was 36 years old. His Lakers made it all the way to the 1973 NBA Finals, where they lost in 5 games to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, why did he retire at that age? Was it 36 he just said? Considering that he spent the next 10 years saying he could still play, why did he? I know he got injured in this Game 7. Was it Game 6 or Game 7?
1973 NBA Finals, where they lost in... His Lakers made it all the way to the 1973 NBA Finals, where they lost in 5 games to the New York Knicks.
5 games, okay, yeah. No, he wasn't injured in this one then. Never mind. I'm remembering his last matchup with the Celtics. All right, I'm going to shut up and learn.
That season, Wilt only averaged 13.2 points per game. But he did lead all players in rebounding with a whopping 18.6 per game. And he led all players in field goal percentage at an astonishing 72.7%.
So it looks like almost he was choosing not to score at the end because he was still, I mean, you have to be able to have that physicality to get those rebounds. And if you're scoring at 72 or 73%, yeah, you got the green light to keep shooting.
He was also second among centers in assists per game at 4.5. And beyond all of that, he also averaged a shocking 5.4 blocks per game, which according to Basketball Reference is the second highest blocks per game average in a season in recorded NBA history.
All right, so you established it. The dude could still hoop, and physically he was fine.
He also participated in all 82 regular season games.
Jeez.
While playing 43.2 minutes per game.
Okay, you definitely made the case here. Yeah, he was healthy. I just want to know why he retired.
Which was third in the league overall. In his last NBA Finals game, he played all 48 minutes and dropped 23 points and 21 rebounds on 56% shooting.
Jeez.
I think you guys get the point.
Yeah.
Although Wilt Chamberlain retired at the age of 36, he still appeared to have a ton of quality basketball left in the tank, considering how he was still among the best in many different categories. Now here's the other thing. Even years after his retirement, Chamberlain remained obsessive about his personal fitness. Even in his mid-40s, Wilt Chamberlain appeared as if he was as in good or even better shape than he was when he retired. For goodness sake, he went on to become a Hall of Fame volleyball player after he retired from the NBA. Because of this, Wilt continued to draw much attention from NBA teams, even well beyond the age of what is normally considered as father time. According to comments by Wilt in 1991, many teams tried to get him to come out of retirement. The Bulls, Nets, Mavericks, Suns, and Clippers all contacted him. And the Knicks and 76ers contacted him twice. But no team was able to convince Wilt to make a comeback, with the exception of one, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, wow.
It was the summer of 1979, and Wilt was now 43 years
Good song, by the way.
old and had been away from professional.
How old? My bad.
1979, and Wilt was now 43 years old and had been away
43?
from professional basketball for 6 years.
What the hell?
The Cavaliers were coming off of a disappointing 30-52 season, but their biggest hole was certainly their interior, as they had two all-star caliber wings in Michael Mitchell and Randy Smith, but no legitimate big man. They also just hired a new head coach by the name of Stan Albeck. He was previously a proven assistant coach who won an ABA championship with Kentucky in 1975, and then coached a few seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers in the late 70s as well.
That's where I know him from.
More importantly, Chamberlain had an existing friendship with Albeck, and Wilt had a tremendous amount of respect for him as a leader and as a coach. So the idea of joining forces did entice Wilt. Chamberlain also said that he was intrigued by the idea of returning to the NBA because he was already in the Basketball Hall of Fame, and no player had ever played in the NBA while he was already in the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy. Like, I know it was crazy that Jordan came back after his jersey was retired, but yeah, Hall of Fame. By the way, any other players you can think of that had their jersey retired and then they came back and then wore that jersey again? Is that just a Michael Jordan thing?
Wilt Chamberlain would have become the first. The Cavaliers also had a brand new general manager in Ron Hrovat, who was a rookie GM who at this point in time was only 2 years older than Wilt Chamberlain. Ron was not well respected by many of his peers, and this was the only season he would ever experience as a general manager. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Now, according to the Cavaliers owner at the time, he believed they could build a championship team with Wilt Chamberlain as the centerpiece. Discussions were ongoing between Wilt and the Cavs, but unfortunately, these talks somehow got leaked to the media, and this sloppiness strongly annoyed Wilt, who usually likes these types of discussions to be kept behind closed doors. According to Wilt, if he had played on the Cavaliers, he would have focused more on rebounding and defense. But he was also focusing on becoming a three-point shooter, which is something that was never possible since the three-point line wasn't introduced to the NBA until the 73-74 season.
All right, and I've told this little doodad before, but I have seen clips of Wilt Chamberlain from the three-point line shooting skyhooks just to kind of like be a prick to Kareem, because he was literally like, oh, I can skyhook too, and he's like hitting, not like back-to-back-to-back threes doing skyhooks. So I 100% believe he could have shot. I mean, could you imagine? Like, forget about it if he's just like taking jumpers. He was already pretty much unblockable. But if he's shooting skyhooks from the three, what are you going to do? That would be the most unstoppable shot of all time right there.
As the proceedings started to become more certain, the Cavs began preparing a 2-year contract for Chamberlain. There was a problem though. When Wilt Chamberlain initially retired in 1973, he still had 1 year left on his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
So the assumption was that if Wilt wanted to return to the NBA, it was gonna be for the Lakers. But that's when the Lakers owner, Jerry Buss, stepped in. Buss said that he would waive any rights he had to Chamberlain if Cleveland wanted to sign him.
Good man.
On November 20th, 1979, Buss said this to the Associated Press. I think it would be great for the NBA if Wilt were to play, and I do not put anything in the way of this happening. I would enjoy seeing him play again, so I am sure thousands of basketball fans would as well. Now, there were no obstacles.
Hey man, that's cool. That's a cool owner right there. You know, instead of flexing his power, he's like, nah, it's good for the game of basketball if he comes back, so let me just waive the rights to him. That's also crazy that like they like the contract continues like that back then.
The path was completely clear for Wilt to make a historic return to the NBA, in a situation he would be happy with. In November of 1979, Wilt had a 3-hour meeting with the Cavaliers' upper management, which was soon followed up by a phone call. Afterwards, Cavs management said they were very confident Wilt was going to sign very soon. But the Cavs found the worst moment to be sloppy yet again. After some time, they were waiting to receive confirmation from Chamberlain, and were growing impatient. The Cavaliers sent their rookie general manager, Ron Hrovat, to hand-deliver Wilt Chamberlain's contract to his home in Bel Air, California. But the thing is, Wilt wasn't home. So then Ron decided to stick the contract in the fence by the gate of Wilt's estate.
Are you kidding me right now? Like, I was waiting for it to slip up. This is what he's doing? Like... Are you kidding me? You can't wait? You can't wait a day?
A while later, when Chamberlain got home, he saw a bunch of papers blown all over his front lawn. Winds had come and made an absolute mess of the contract.
Y'all didn't even staple it?
Wilt was furious about this and felt extremely disrespected.
Yeah, I don't blame him. F that. That's how you're gonna. This is how you're gonna run your franchise. Yeah, maybe I should go back to the Lakers. But why didn't he sign with somebody else? I get the Philly thing already. I understand. They're demonstrating that they're just dumbasses, you know?
He then called his friend and Cavaliers head coach, Stan Albeck, and told him, forget it. I can't play for a team that handles this business like that.
Exactly.
And just like that, all of the anticipation of Wilt Chamberlain's return to the NBA ended on the spot. This was an incredibly tragic outcome for the course of NBA history, because if Wilt Chamberlain had actually played for the Cavaliers in the 1979 to 1980 season, then we would have seen him competing against Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
And I just realized why the Lakers was not an option. They had Kareem at this point, because I think that they got Kareem in 77, I think it was. Let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Good chances I'm wrong. It might be 78 or something. But they were kind of rivals, right? So teaming up with him, that wouldn't make any sense because who's going to be your starting center at that point? And it's probably going to be Kareem. They didn't want any of this nonsense. But yeah, why didn't he go somewhere else? I would have loved to see that matchup.
As the first and only active Hall of Fame player in NBA history. Beyond that, even without Wilt, the 1980 Cavs did improve by 7 wins over the previous season, and bolstered the 3rd highest scoring offense in the entire league. Unfortunately, they were one of the worst defensive teams and rebounding teams in the entire league as well.
Go figure.
So one can only imagine how impactful Wilt's defense and rebounding would have been for that squad that desperately needed it. We'll never know what Wilt Chamberlain in his mid-40s could have achieved in the NBA. Would he and the Cavs have lived up to the expectations and brought home a championship for Cleveland long before LeBron ever did? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
That was cool. I didn't know any of that ever happened. I didn't expect Cleveland to be the choice. All of that this is all brand new information to me, and I'm glad, because that's a new story I can tell, and a new story that I know about. So great video by Johnny Arnett, guys. If you want to check out his channel, I know most of you already know, but I'm always going to say this every video. Hey, the link is down below in the description of this video if you want to check out Johnny's channel. I know like most of you have probably seen 1,000 Johnny Arnett videos, just like I have. But hey, man, in case you're not subscribed, I know a lot of you in my comments go, you've been hanging around for a year and you're like, whoa, I just checked and I'm not subscribed yet. I fixed that problem. It happens to me all the time too, as a viewer. So, anyways, what do you guys think would have happened? I mean, it would have been cool if he was coming out of the East at that point, because, I mean, imagine Cleveland in the finals against like the Lakers during this era. Like that could have been very interesting. And we got a big man duo of Kareem and Wilt going at it, like an old man Wilt and pretty much a prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like I think that could have been a lot of fun. and then seeing if he could have kept up with the run and gun Showtime Lakers, you know? But considering that their biggest weaknesses were defense and rebounding, I mean, I'm glad Johnny established that in the beginning of this video, because he was already like, he was leading the league in blocks, and his rebounds was at like 22 or 24, something ridiculous, you know? One of those numbers you hear and like, yeah, whatever, you know, but like, it's real. So imagine what that can bring. Even if like 10 of those are offensive rebounds, that's an opportunity back then for 20, you know, a solid 20 more points. I think you win a lot more games when you're getting that type of opportunity every single game. And rebounding is never respected enough, and I'll never understand why. I thought after Dennis Rodman, you know, in that second Bulls three-peat, how he showed how valuable, especially offensive rebounds are. I thought like history would like respect this statistic a little more, but apparently not. Like we don't really pay that much attention to rebounds, unfortunately. But I think it's one of the most crucial things. I think it's at least as crucial as an assist, you know, because you're assisting a bucket, a rebound, you're facilitating a second chance at a bucket. So if I could have a guy like Wilt Chamberlain on my team getting me 25 rebounds a game, shoot, I get it. I get why it's a no-brainer, you know. At that point, you don't have to worry about him being a ball hog, because he's trying to prove that he's not just a scorer. So all you got to do is surround him with a bunch of shooters, and he's going to take care of all the dirty work. Like, that's a dream come true. Like, if you're a coach trying to design a team and a strategy, having a guy like that in the center, that's like a dream come true. So I get it. I get it. Anyways, what I don't get is that Philly was dumbasses, man. They never heard of a stapler or respect or privacy or like doing a business deal properly, you know? Anyways, like the guy didn't have a mailbox or something you could have slid it in. I don't know. It seemed like such a lazy ass attempt at getting an NBA legend to your team. Like, it's such a half-assed approach. So I don't respect whatever that was. Anyways, you guys, I am out of here. For those of you who made it to the end, thank you for learning with me. I'll take my learning cap off now and proceed with my day. Guys, I hope I see you in the comments, and we have a good conversation like we always do. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all in the comments. Like the vid on the way out if you could. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And most importantly, is the be water, my friends. With my stapler.